Alice, you have written one of the most famous books of the 20th century, In the Color Purple.
What is it like for you that the same mainstream media that acclaim your work vilify you for your activism?
I'm used to it. I don't think that I'm special. There are other people who suffer this, and it is because we present a critique to the prevailing structure of governance in our country. And so we are often maligned because of that.
What does Cuba mean to you?
Cuba is a dream of what could be, whose foundation actually is a very radical love, the love that takes up the weapon and tries to free the people.
Well, you have been coming to Cuba for so many decades, and especially now, it's a really difficult moment for Cuban people. Do you have a message for Cubans who are desperate for lives to get better?
I am very saddened by the desperation that I feel in some of the Cubans. I'm very sad that many Cubans are leaving the country. This is not the dream. The dream for Cuba was that Cubans could stay here.
Exactly.
And be safe, and be loved, and be fed, and to have great health care.
Do you know how many friends that I have that they just give up?
And they're leaving.
Yeah.
That's leaving. The tragedy. Cuba needs everybody. There are many people in the world, many countries, where all of this is happening, but they never had a dream anyhow. You know, it's just happening and they say, oh, this is life, it's forever. Cuba was not like that. You know, Cuba always had a dream. You know, as we did in the South, in the United States. You know, Martin Luther King, when he said, I have a dream, it's the same dream.
Yeah. And what do you think that is the main cause of the situation that Cuba is facing right now?
The main cause, of course, is the embargo. I mean, I don't know, you know, how your leaders are. I haven't checked them out. They may not be great. But the embargo, for sure, over years and years, and the place where it is most pernicious is the inability of most Cubans to even get medicine. Now, this is a crime. My country, for sure, is extremely guilty of harming the Cuban people, and I do not agree.
Do you have a hope that the U.S. government lift the sanctions against Cuba?
Our country is led now by people who seem to have no heart. It's a very hard-hearted country. We, as Americans, suffer tremendously. Our country is suffering.
It's difficult living in the United States.
It's beyond difficult. It's just like, you know, trying to get grass to grow on concrete.
I was seeing you like wearing a keffiyeh the whole trip. In my short experience as an activist, I realized that activism is something that can demand a lot of you, like emotionally, get tired of it. I'm curious about what do you do, like as an activist, being in the United States, watching what is happening in Gaza right now, and maintain your mental health. What kind of advice do you give to young organizers that are trying to do the same?
Actually, the real truth is that when a few years ago, like 3 years ago, I was so involved in trying to balance my feelings about what is happening in Palestine that I had a stroke. I'm pretty much recovered, but it was just intense. Yeah. So today I have to be very well. It's okay. I mean, it happens. But today I have to really be careful, very careful, about passion in defense of anybody, you know. And it's a new place for me, and I have to learn different ways of supporting people, which is why this is so important. I can wear this, and it says what I would say if I were still speaking in the passion of my feeling. I think it is important to be vocal, and I've been vocal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it really takes basically standing your ground in places where you realize you may not survive. Okay. And one example there was being on the boat, trying to get to Gaza, trying to get to Palestine, years ago, and being turned back, but understanding that if if our boat was boarded by the Israelis, they would have no hesitation in killing us and then blaming us for killing ourselves. I'm just saying that there are stages in life where if you want to be in defense of the people and the revolution and, love, basically, among people, you have to really think about how you can present your feelings in a way that can move people without killing yourself.
Are you tired?
Well, until I have a nap, I'm tired.
That's important.
No, but I will never be so tired that I stop wanting the best for everyone. I just don't have a place where I would retire from cheering on any spirit that means that people are going to be happier, healthier, kinder, more wise. And Cuba has demonstrated so much of that for us in the world. Compassion.
Yeah.
You export compassion. You have done that. I've seen your country send medicine to other countries when I'm sure you didn't really have enough for you. You see? That means something. It's not just nothing. It means a lot. And that is what we aspire to in humanity, that you learn to give of what you have.
Yeah. This is something that my grandma always said, you need to share what you have. Mm-hmm. Because when you have so many things, it's not the same. Mm-hmm. When you share something that you really care about.
Exactly. Yeah, I was so moved, during the COVID pandemic to see the Cubans, trying to help people somewhere else, with the vaccines. And it's about sharing. And you have been a really great teacher for the world in being able to offer that.
I have to say that you're more than welcome to stay here for a nap or for longer than that. We are so happy to take care of you for a while. Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you.